So the high-stake elections for the post of Congress president was finally over today. The counting was on, the polling was on Monday. Today the results were announced. So Mallikarjun Kharge, he got 7,897 votes as compared to Shashi Tharoor's 1,072 votes. So that is what Mr. Madhusudan Mistry, the head of the Congress Central Election Authority, just announced. The first reactions are also in. Tharoor has put out a statement congratulating Mr. Kharge and congratulating the outgoing Congress President Srimati Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi for allowing such a contest to take place and extending his full support to Mr. Kharge. And within minutes after announcement of the results, he also went to Mr. Kharge's Rajaji Marg residence and congratulated him personally. So that was the election aspect of it. But it was a hard fought and to some extent a bitterly fought context. In the sense, even on the eve of the election, the counting that was on Tuesday, the Tharoor camp wrote a letter to Madhusudan Mistry, the head of the election authority, and they had been writing, there was a series of exchanges between his camp and the election authority. So the letter that went on Tuesday leveled allegation of voter fraud, malpractices, irregularities in Uttar Pradesh. So that is another aspect of this election. While it was called by both the candidates as a friendly fight, as a fight within the Congress, there was an element of bitterness also, which crept in towards the end of the long campaigning, with the Tharoor camp leveling series of allegations. This is an experiment as far as the Congress is concerned, when the members of the Gandhi family are active in politics, but they are not at the leadership, not helming the party. In the sense, there is one aspect where Mr. Sitaram Kesari was the Congress president from 96 to 1998, and before that P.V. Narasimha Rao was Prime Minister and Congress president from 91 to 1996. But the difference then and now is that during from the period of 91 to 98, no member from the Gandhi family was active in politics. Sonia Gandhi had not entered politics by then. So we'll have to go back to the 1970s when Indira Gandhi was active in politics. She was the Prime Minister and the party was headed by D.K. Barua and some other leaders. All through the 80s, Indira and Rajiv were Congress presidents. So this is an experiment which the Congress will work out, will play itself out before us. Kharge is a veteran leader. He's a 9-time MLA. He was a leader of the Congress party in Lok Sabha, leader of the opposition in Rajya Sabha. He's a leader of stature. He has equations, cutting across leaders. He has been in the organization for long. So that may not be a problem for him. But then he after this euphoria about victory and all, of course there will be challenges ahead. One of the main challenges will be to reconnect with the masses, and the Congress will have to start winning elections. Winning an internal election is not the end of it. The party will have to win elections. So reimagining the Congress in that sense, sending out a clear political message on where it stands on issues of ideology, for instance minorities in the context of the Hindutva push by the BJP and its affiliates, on the economic issues, on like say privatization and Rahul Gandhi's on and off an attack against the Ambanis and Adanis, the two Udyogpatis he often say on that, and issues of nationalism. So there has to be an ideological clarity on all this. And then what is the larger message that the Congress is sending out to the voters? What is the Congress story? For a person to vote for the party again in 2024, or some 11 states will go to polls from now on, starting with Himachal and Gujarat, Karnataka in May next year, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Telangana towards the end of next year. So why should anybody vote for the Congress again? So what is the Congress story? So that of course will be the first biggest challenge that Kharge will face. Secondly, this ever since his candidature was announced, the perception was that he is an establishment candidate, an unofficial official candidate, that the entire AICC establishment backed him. So now he will have to, prove that he is not a proxy of the Gandhis, so to say. He has an independent mind. He's a strong-willed person. So it's a tricky terrain to navigate. There cannot be any friction between the Gandhis and Kharge that will send a completely disastrous message for the party. At the same time, he cannot be seen as a doormat of a president. So this is one area where he will face some challenges. Then the organizational reforms, the G23 group, we all have been reporting about that. Their main demand is elections to the Congress Working Committee. The Congress Constitution says 12 out of the 23 members of the Working Committee should be elected. It has never happened since 1998, since Sonia Gandhi took over as the Congress president. The last time elections happened were when Kesari was the Congress president, a non-Gandhi. And before that, Mr. Rao, again a non-Gandhi as Congress president. So this demand for elections to the CWC, reviving the parliamentary board mechanism, constituting a genuine central election committee. The central election committee in Congress decides the tickets for Lok Sabha and Assembly elections. So these are organizational reforms. Kharge has already said that he will implement. He's committed in implementing the Udaipur roadmap, the declaration which the party had adopted at its Chintan Shivir in May. So organizational reforms again is a big challenge that he will have to face. Bridging the gap between the young and the old. There is friction in many states. Rajasthan is a live example before us. The tussle between Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot, whether Gehlot will have to vacate the post for him or whether he will continue. Or Rajasthan is a key decision which Kharge will have to take first. Of course, he will say in consultation with the leaders and the Gandhi family. But again, reconciling the differences between the young and the old, that is one aspect where he'll have to devote much attention. Then outside the Congress, this question of opposition unity, whether how to go about it. The Congress, of course, always has said that without the Congress leading an opposition unity or any opposition grouping is not viable. Many of the parties don't agree. For instance, Mamata Banerjee, the Chandrasekhar Rao in Telangana, they don't see a central role for the Congress in an opposition grouping. Some parties don't feel a role for the Congress at all. So this is another issue which the new president, the incoming Congress president, will have to grapple with, whether to revamp the UPA mechanism, whether to invite more parties to join, maybe give them some leadership roles, whether Sonia Gandhi will step down now that the Gandhis have made way for a non-Gandhi as the Congress president, whether Sonia Gandhi will step down as UPA chairperson and allow a leader of stature from any of these regional parties, Sharad Pawar or Mamata or MK Stalin, the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, or Nitish Kumar, will the Congress show that kind of flexibility to bring all the opposition parties together? So Kharge, being a veteran leader, he has a stature. He can, speak to Mr. Pawar or Mamata or Stalin on an equal footing. One of the complaints which many of the regional leaders had in the past was that they were not able to, engage with Rahul Gandhi. Of course, he's much junior in politics, and they were finding it difficult to deal with him. So now that you have an 80-year-old president, a veteran who has fought many elections, has good equations with many of the leaders. So that is another area where Kharge will have to apply his mind.